James Byron Bissett is a former Canadian diplomat. He was High Commissioner to Trinidad and Tobago and later Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary to Yugoslavia, Albania, and Bulgaria. Career: James Bissett joined the Canadian government in 1956. He spent the next 36 years as a public servant in the departments of Citizenship and Immigration and Foreign Affairs. In 1974 he was appointed head of the Immigration Foreign Services. During the early 1970s he served at the Canadian High Commission in London, England. In 1980 he became the Assistant Under Secretary of State for Social Affairs in the Department of External Affairs. 2 years later he was appointed the Canadian High Commissioner to Trinidad and Tobago, where he remained until 1985. He was then seconded to the Department of Employment and Immigration as Executive Director, to help steer new immigration and refugee legislation through the Parliament of Canada. In 1990 he was then appointed Canadian Ambassador to Yugoslavia, Bulgaria and Albania. In the summer of 1992 he was recalled from there and retired from foreign service, to accept a job as the head of the International Organization for Migration in Moscow, helping the Russian government establish a new immigration agency and implementing settlement programs for Russians returning to Russia from other parts of the former Soviet Union. After the breakup of Yugoslavia, a career change a few years before retirement took him out of the Foreign Service and into a consulting position in Russia. Bissett testified at the trial of Slobodan Milosevic as a defense witness. Charges that Canada and NATO partook in war crimes. In 2004, Bissett claimed that Canada participated in a series of NATO-sanctioned war crimes against Yugoslavia. He also said that anti-Serb violence had taken place while an army of 18,000 NATO troops stood by and did nothing to protect the Serbs or their property. Media. James Bissett appears in 2 documentary films by Boris Malagorski, Kosovo, Can You Imagine, and The Weight of Chains.